Welcome to Deadly Dames. So I thought for this video I would go over very quickly with you how my 88 film Italian collection's doing. So I'm going to apologise because I've got the world's most annoying tickly cough. So sorry. I love the 88 films are releasing the slasher collection, the Italian collection, and then more recently they've announced the Asian movie collection as well, which I only have Hex with so far. But I've seen recently a Touch of Films review on the other four that they've released, sorry, the other three, and I will eventually pick them up. They look really good as well. So up first is number 1, Night Train Murders. I watched this one on the Shameless version, and then obviously I watched the Blu-ray edition. I actually really like this movie, and as much as the subject matter of it isn't particularly nice, the way that it's done is actually very good. They build up the suspense and it works out really, really well. As it says at the top here, it's very similar to Last House on the Left, but I do actually really enjoy this movie. What I would love from 88 Films is, and this is something that our video's been doing recently, is they've started to do like special edition box sets, including the soundtracks. Now, I love the soundtracks to some of these Italian movies, and it would be great if like 88 did like special edition box sets, including the soundtrack. So maybe, fingers crossed, that's something that'll happen at some point. The next one is Bloodstained Shadows. I've actually still to watch this one. I keep picking it up and putting it on, and then I don't get to watch it. So it is one that's on my to-be watch list. And obviously that's number 2. Then we've got Spasmo. I'm not a fan of the art on this one. It's kind of creepy that it's got like a mouth on the boob, but not sure, but because there is no mouth in the boob in the movie, but it is a strange cover, and that's part 3. Not part 3, sorry, number 3. Blast Fight again, which is actually one I need to watch, so if anybody out there's seen this and recommends it, I really do like Lamberto Bava, so chances are I'm probably really going to like this film, but there's only so much a girl can watch. Love Zombie Holocaust. It's so cheesy, so bad, but in all the right ways, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is number 5, and I know that this one and Burial Ground were on a... excuse me. I better not be getting another cold, and I feel like I am. I just feel like all I get is the cold. So, but I'll not go into that. So Zombie Holocaust and Burial Ground were actually an Indiegogo project, which I missed at the time. And I sometimes regret not getting them because I would have liked to slips with them. And the funny thing is, they were recently a perk on the most recent Indiegogo, but because I went so mad and got involved in so many perks, I didn't do it. And if it ever comes up again, it's definitely something that I probably would pick up, because I do like this movie. And Burial Ground's mental, which is still to come up. If you've never seen it, I would recommend watching Burial Ground just for the man-child. Blade in the Dark. I actually really like this I can't say his name today. Lamberto Bava movie. It's kind of more of a thriller. Don't get me wrong, there's slashing in it because obviously there's a murderer in it, but it is more of a thriller in the way that it plays out. But I do really like this movie, and that's number 6. And then now this one's in a sleeve, but I can take it out if you want to see the ones underneath. And that's and now see, this word always gets me, Anthropophagus the Beast. I really wanted to see this movie because I had watched the Nucleus Video Nasties, and obviously I'm from Scotland, and I grew up round about the sort of middle and tail end of the Video Nasties area, and I remember sneaking my dad's Betamax videos and my dad's VHS copies of Texas Chainsaw and movies like that, Exorcist, things like that. And I even remember seeing a really badly cut Nightmare on Elm Street. It was awful, but I was always obsessed with, why are these movies not available? Why do people think they're so bad that they're not available for like anybody to watch? And this was one of the ones that I always wanted to watch because that was a notorious Video Nasty. And then when I got to see it, I was like, there's nothing bad in this movie. Don't get me wrong, it eats his intestines. I get why people would find that disgusting. And I suppose the baby eating scene, maybe people would be a bit turned off by that. But the movie itself isn't actually that bad. I could just leave it in the sleeve. I think to be honest, the case underneath is basically this, but with a white background anyway. I know that the recent Indiegogo project, they announced they're going to be doing another edition of this, which is 2K, because I don't think this one is 2K. But it does have a really, really good documentary on this. It's the 42nd Street one. Excellent documentary. Zombie 3, which is actually Zombie Flesh Eaters 2. I really like Zombie Flesh Eaters 2. I know it gets a hard time, but I think the thing with Lucio Fulci is you know that the guy follows trends, and Zombie 1 is, well, Zombie Flesh Eaters 1, Zombie, is obviously a direct rip-off of Dawn of the Dead. In this one, he's obviously taken inspiration from Return of the Living Dead. But I really do like this film, and I love this slip on it. It's funny, this one's like got a glossy texture, so it's kind of silky texture. Strange to describe it, but love the back of it. Sorry, it's reflecting because it's got that on it, but there's a little zombie there peeking out at you. Hitchhike. I enjoyed Hitchhike. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but I suppose I quite liked movies like that because the ending I thought was going to happen, I don't want to ruin it for him, didn't happen. But a wee spanner in the work there. But I still did really enjoy it. I really like Franco Nero, if I can say his name correctly. I really do like him. I think he's a good actor. That's Django Unchained, one of them. Django Unchained? No, one of the Django's is what I'm trying to say. SS Experiment Camp. So this is another one in the video nasties that I'd always wanted to see. I expected it to be stupid, but actually it was a pretty good film, so I really did enjoy it. I kind of wish they'd done slips for all of these, because it would have been good to have sleeves for them all, but I think the sleeves really, other than the couple that you had there, they really have just started coming in, and you'll see what I mean when I get to the end. Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Man, another one which I need to watch, so if anybody out there has seen it and basically says watch this as soon as possible, please just let me know. As I said, a girl can only watch so much, but all of these are on my list. Deep River Savages, I actually have 2 of these sleeves because I think there was a fault in some of them, and 88 Film just automatically sent out replacements to everybody, but there was never an issue with mine, so now I've got 2 because mine was never damaged. It never popped open, so I've got 2 of them now. This movie isn't what you think it's going to be. I think it was kind of marketed like a cannibal Holocaust type movie. It's not that at all. It's more of a love story, to be honest, with a little bit of cannibals and a little bit of death in there. But I actually really, really enjoyed Deep River Savages. Emmanuelle, The Last Cannibals. I love how they've discreetly just covered up those boobies back there. Let's check there's no boobage on the back before I flip it over. Yep, there's boobage, so I won't. Emmanuelle's in it. It's a fun film. You know what you're getting when it's called Emmanuelle. And that's, we're up to 13. Forgot I wasn't showing you numbers anymore. Oh yes, now we come to Burial Ground. What can I say about this movie? This movie's mental. It is absolutely. I actually sat at one stage with because if anybody's never seen this, they actually have a little person playing a child in it who's infatuated with his own mother, and there's a particularly disturbing scene in it where I was sitting there totally like shaking my head thinking I don't know what's going on in this movie anymore, but yeah, I loved it. I love this film, not because of the little person loving his mum, just because the effects are so badly done. Like you can see it here, it's proper cheese, but it's good cheese. So I just really like Burial Ground, and I keep hoping that one day this is one of the movies that will play in the all-night horror movie marathon that I like to go to every year. It'd be great to see 16mm. Is it 33? But it'd be good to see it playing on the original film. And then excuse me, here's another mental film coming right here, and I'm so glad that I finally got to see this movie, and it's Alien 2 on Earth, and this is another classic Italian ripping off a successful Hollywood movie, Alien, obviously. The funny thing about this movie is it actually is more in common with The Descent than it does Alien. There is a little alien aspect to it, but it's more like The Descent meets Invasion of the Body Snatchers meets end of the world is the easiest way to describe it. But I loved Alien 2. I loved everything about it. I was so glad to finally get to see this movie. Oh, there's boobage on the back of that one too. So, what I expect? It's an Italian movie. Most of them have got boobs on them somewhere. But I loved Alien 2. Now, the majority of these ones at the end I've actually not long got, so I haven't watched them. I think this is Mad Dog Killer, but what I'll do is I'll take these ones out the sleeves as well, because the recent sleeves that 88 have been doing are in Italian, and in Italian, and then the alternatives has got the British. So if I just take this out, you can see. I'll just pop it out the sleeves. So Mad Dog Killer. I'll put them back in later. Which we're up to 16, and then take this one out as well. The Cynic, the Rat, and the Fist. The sleeves to these are actually just the normal DVD, but like all fit in the full size rather than with the white Italian cover around about it. And then this is the one I always just say Glass Dolls, but it's actually got more to the title than that. 2 seconds. But yeah, Short Night of Glass Dolls. As I said, these have not long came through, and if you watch my pickup videos you'll know that. And I just haven't had the chance to watch them yet. They are on my list of things to watch. I've been trying to do to-be watch reviews, and I think the main reason I'm kind of doing this video is to prompt myself into watching more of these. 7 Deaths and Cat's Eyes. And you know, I love the Italian movies that have got those titles, because they're just, I mean, some of them are extreme, where you just think, where did you even come up with a title like that? I know I don't need to take this one off, because I know what it is. It's Hands of Steel. I seen recently, I think it was Horror Fan Man, if I said that correctly. If I didn't, I'll put it in the link below. He was talking about this movie and how much he loved it, and it's prompted me to go, I need to watch this. And this is a Terminator ripoff, of course, classic Italian style. But yeah, that's us up to date with the Italian collection. So, what number are we up to? Oops. We're up to, hold on, I'll just take Hands of Steel out to see what number we're at. 18. Number 18 is what we're, oops. Dropping the sleeve, never good. So, number 18 is what we're up to. As I said before, absolutely love this collection. I love Italian horror movies, and it's one of the reasons why I love 88 Films Italian collection. And I love Shameless, because they're all giallos, and I just want to keep seeing more come from 88 in this range. The next lot, I believe, are the Indiegogo projects that's going to come through, so I am desperate for them. It's got Anthropophagus sequel, which is absurd. For the life of me, I can't remember the names of the other ones, but if you go and check out 88's films on their actual website, which if you just type in 88 films, it'll bring it up for you, you can see what's due out from them. And it runs right along the top saying coming shortly. I think the only one from the Indiegogo project which isn't due out is the Anthropophagus one, because I think they hit a wee problem with it, and they said it'll be a bit delayed, but I've already got it, so but I would like to see it in 2K, so I will look forward to it when I get it. But yeah, that's everything from the 88 Italian collections. So if you are an Italian horror fan out there and you're looking for a company that does really good but also quite obscure Italian movies, this is the company to follow. 88 Films are great. I love what they're doing just now. So hopefully, if you've any comments you want to leave them below, chat about any of these movies, please feel free. You know I like to talk about films. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.